new tires. What is that?
What is what?
Weeds? 13 Avenue 392. Where are you taking me, GPS?
Arrived.
Oh my god. Hi! I did!
These are Hayward kiwis. Best is the rain to come, the worst is the rain to come. And by that I mean is we get water, and that's what we need badly. Then, usually following a rainstorm comes cold, because our storms come from the northwest out of Alaska. And so then if you have a rainstorm and it gets cold, these things are out too early, they get frozen. Then you lose that crop. This is an oncoming crop right here. And if it's frozen, you won't have fruit in those places for a whole year.
A lot of folks, when they hear about the drought, it's kind of a short-sighted thing.
It's too far removed from their life. Well, as long as the water comes out of your tap, you guys feel good about what's going on. You know, and I've been in my place where we literally ran out of water. Back in '76, I think it was, '76, '77, we had our second worst drought to this. This is our worst drought. And our second worst drought was in '76. At that time, I had one baby, 5 years old, one 2 years old, one newborn, and our pump was not lowered enough. We had no water, and everyone was so busy they couldn't get to us for 4 months.
Oh.
So now we had no water and 3 babies in the house.
Oh my goodness. For 4 months?
For 4 months.
Oh my, what did you do?
Well, what, as all neighbors do, the neighbor across the street that had water, because his wells were deeper, we ran a hose across the street, plugged it into his, and he paid for my water for 4 months. They didn't bat an eye.
Oh.
Wasn't that cool? But we're in this together. That's the whole point.
Exactly.
You were mentioning how the really huge farms use flood irrigation.
Sometimes, based on what they're growing. Alfalfa is a crop that's grown quite a bit here because we have a large dairy industry. So they don't have any other choice, these big corporations or these big dairy farmers, but to flood irrigate. So I really think that the large groups are going, whenever they can, they are going with the drip systems, or they're going with a fan jet or something like that, because they see the need for changing how we use our water in ag. And I don't think it's a water problem, I think it's how we use the water. So we need to find a way to be very efficient. We need to find a way to store more water, save water that we're getting from year to year to year and not using it all in that year, which we don't do now anyway, but whenever we have 3 or 4 years in a row with no water, the tank goes empty, and we need to have more tanks to fill up. Now that is our needs, human needs. Then we got to look at what's that going to affect. How does that affect other environments where the water is coming from? So I don't have, like I said, for the answer there. I just have, we need to have a better way of capturing water and a more efficient way of using water. You know, it's kind of like the old saying, you know, in this area, in education especially, we always talked about, you know, here's a glass, or here's a cup half full, or is it half empty? Well, we don't go there. It's not half full, half empty. Our issue is, we've got some water, what are we going to do with it? There's a difference. Yeah.